Hi, my name is Tabitha. Welcome back to my channel. If you see me out of breath, it's because I was just running up and down my stairs. So, but today's video is a little bit different. It's kind of posted within my Embrace series, but also out of my Embrace series. This is something that's kind of like hard for me to put on the internet, and it's very personal to me. I'm not used to putting myself out there in the sense of talking a lot about my struggles, but for me to do this channel, I need to be raw and real with you guys, and I need to share almost everything about who I am as an individual and how it helps me, or explain why and how I navigate my life. If you want to check my other video for Embrace, like my intro video, you can go check that out. It's already posted and it's already up. But today we're going to talk about how you're more than just your anxiety. And I titled this literally about 5 minutes ago. I feel as if God just gave me that title, You're More Than Your Anxiety. Don't mind my dog. Okay, sorry for that interruption. But yeah, so if you have dogs, you know. But yeah, so I feel like God gave me the title, You Are More Than Your Anxiety, literally about 5 minutes ago. I was really unsure of what to name this video, what to title it, and kind of like the purpose in the sense, because I knew what I wanted to talk about, but I just was at a loss of words of how to execute it. But I'm gonna try to do that here. I'm gonna try to make the video as quick as possible, but this is something that is just a very sensitive topic, and it's a very personal topic for me that I really just want to get out there, because I know there's other people out there who are in the same boat as me, or were in the same boat as me, or understand really anxiety and how it works. I want to start off with just the background of anxiety. So I got diagnosed with anxiety back in spring of 2018. It was 2018? No, spring of 2019. I'm sorry. It was my sophomore year of college. I got diagnosed with high anxiety. Before that, when I was a kid, I did have separation anxiety. A lot of my separation anxiety was with my parents. It wasn't with anyone else, but like my mom and my dad. I could never be away from them. I was known as the cousin who would cry herself to sleep at night because she missed her parents. Like, I wouldn't go, like my uncle, he would like invite us to like soccer games or things like that when we went to go visit family in New York, and I would not go because I was so anxious that I remember feeling anxious as a kid that I would rather stay at home with my mom. Like, that's where I felt safe. Like, my parents were my safe space. As I got older, it kind of went away. I didn't really feel or experience much anxiety, minus like the average one where, you know, you're presenting or anything like that. But in college, it got really bad. It got to the point where my doctor diagnosed me with unintentionally being anorexic, because I would be so hungry throughout the day, and I would look forward to food to the point where like I'd be at school like, oh, I'm craving this one salad or these chicken tenders or whatever, and as soon as the food like touched my mouth, I would feel like I needed to throw up, like I couldn't eat, like, and I couldn't understand why that was, and I was really concerned because I was hungry and I wanted to eat, but I couldn't. I would go to class, go to dance, do my extracurriculars in college, and then I'd come home and stay in the dark in my room and like cry and like ask God, like, why am I feeling this way? It wasn't until I went to the doctor and I told her all my symptoms, and mind you, this went on for about like 3 months before I even went to the doctors. And I told her my symptoms, and I told her I think I have anxiety. I didn't think it was that big of a deal. I thought she would just tell me like, oh, just do these breathing exercises or just do that. But the issue was that I was active and I was doing so much, but I was still so anxious. I couldn't eat. I was just sleeping all day. I was actually kind of depressed as well, because all I wanted to do was just go home. Like, I would wake up, go to class, be all bright and happy, but then on the inside I just wanted to like go home, and I looked forward to that. Any opportunity I had to go home, I would. I barely hung out with my friends, and I always tried to put a brave face, but I knew people could tell that I was struggling. But I still tried to act as if I wasn't, but on the inside I knew, deep down inside I was. And I would always ask God, like, why? Like, please take this away from me. And It wasn't until I went to the doctors and she told me like, yeah, honey, you're unintentionally anorexic because you're not eating. Your anxiety is so bad that like you literally can't eat. And she was like, even though you feel like you're gonna throw up, force yourself to eat because you're not gonna throw up. And it was to the point where my stomach actually shrunk. So, and I didn't even know that could happen, but yeah, my stomach shrunk. So she was like, force yourself to eat even if you feel like you're gonna throw up. She was like, try to drink some milk. I don't know what the milk did, but she recommended that, and then I had to go to therapy. It got to the point where my doctor's office contacted my college's like mental health center, or like, you know, behavioral health center. I went to a school in my town, so they were all connected, they all knew each other. So I ended up going to therapy at my school, which was great because it was also free and it helped me understand a lot. And in my therapy session, my doctor really wanted me to focus on finding my triggers, because she said if you know your triggers, you'll know how to control it and you know how to like talk yourself through. So I did that. I was 19 at the time when I got diagnosed, and it was kind of relieving to know that it was anxiety and it wasn't just me being in my head, but it was also kind of devastating because she told me this is going to be your life. Like, it's never going to go away, but you'll be able to manage it. And that kind of sucked because when you have anxiety, you just wish it can go away, but it just can't. And it just for me, it just didn't feel real in a sense, because I was just kind of like, dang, like I finally got my answer, but it's not the answer that I wanted, where I'd be completely set free and be like, oh, I'm gonna be anxious just like the normal person. Like, no, I'm not. I'm gonna have this for the rest of my life. But when I went to therapy, I found my triggers, and I'll share some of mine because maybe some of you guys may have those triggers, but a lot of it was just like not being able to be in control of certain situations. The uncertainty was one of them. A lot of it too, like being like thrown out, like just anything coming sudden, like sudden change was like my biggest one, as well as a lack of understanding. Like if I can't understand something and I'm trying to understand it, it will like kind of like stress me out and cause me to be anxious. And then just like the regular stuff where you're just anxious for no reason. It's just high, and she just said, you just have high anxiety. This is your life. This is what it is. And she goes, as you get older, your triggers may change, but she always advised for me to go to therapy and talk to my therapist, which was really helpful. So fast forward a few months after therapy, school ended, and I felt good. I felt great. I actually started going back into my word and reading my Bible every day, and God really helped me through that situation. He really, really helped me kind of like understand that I don't need to control everything. I just need to trust in Him. And that was a big thing for me. I was reading my Bible, I was in my word, and I was just trying to get close to God, and He was helping me through every step of the way. Even though at the time I kind of felt like He's helping me, but it's still here, I also had to understand that like it's just never gonna go away. Like anxiety's there, and I couldn't comprehend that. No matter how hard I tried to fix it, which was my thing, where it's like I was just controlling. I'm trying to control every aspect of my life, including my anxiety, but you can't control that. So that was just my thing. Sorry, I heard some dogs barking and it just threw my train of thought off. But yeah, so in the summer, I was fine. I was happy. I was back to myself. After school, it was great. And then the fall came, I felt even better. And my anxiety kind of went down a lot because I started doing what my doctor said. Go to therapy, watch what I eat, tell myself that I'm okay, and do all the little techniques that my therapist told me to do, like breathing in, breathing out, and allowing myself to make sure that I'm sleeping and that I'm just taking care of myself mentally and physically. And this kind of brings me into you're more than just your anxiety, in the sense of I'm 24 and I still have anxiety. I still get panic attacks. My anxiety still comes randomly, and it sucks, but now that I'm closer in my faith with God and I'm still walking in it, I'm still walking in that journey and starting to get that relationship with him, I'm understanding that I need to trust in him, and I need to trust in how he's working in my life and not allow myself to control everything. My anxiety will never go away. I will always be anxious, but having God on my side has been helping me a lot, especially reading my word every day. Well, I'm not gonna say every day because I do miss a day or two throughout the week, but reading it majority of the week, almost every day, has helped me so much. I know I'm more than my anxiety. I know that although anxiety is here, it doesn't define who I am as an individual. I know that for some people it may be like, geez, this girl is like an anxious wreck, I need to go away from her. But to other people, they know that like it's not intentional, it's just part of me. And I always think of the Bible verse, Psalms 46:10, which is actually on this ring that I have right here. I don't know if it'll go, but it says, be still, and it says, be still and know that I am God. And I love this ring because I think about it every day. Like, this Bible verse is what I needed. And it reminds me that every day I need to just trust in God and just be present in the moment. And my boyfriend always tells me this all the time. He's like, don't stress yourself out about the future or what you need to get done in the future or what has to be taken care of. He goes, just focus on the now. And it's so hard because, like I said, one of my triggers is the uncertainty. Like, I need to know, like I need to plan 10 years in advance of what my life will be like. Even if it doesn't go that way, I have 6 other plans to go, okay, you can go this way, and go that way, and go this way. But knowing to be still and to trust in the Lord and to know that he is God and to know that everything in my life is happening for a reason. Like, God didn't just give me anxiety just to give it to me. Like, he knew that it would build my character, either give me wisdom and give me more experience and help me understand things so I can help others. Because for me, I never want anyone to feel alone, and anxiety does that a lot. Anxiety makes you feel so alone sometimes. It also makes you feel so trapped, especially when you're in your head 24/7. You wake up in the morning and it's just like that thought. And the way that I can explain it is like, imagine you are just trying to stay still, trying to think, trying to breathe, but you have like this like person like pointing ahead, like pointing their finger at you, hitting you in the head with just their one finger constantly. It's like you're trying to get it to stop, you're trying to get it to stop, and you can't. And then it goes on and on and on, and then either it'll burst into like a panic attack or you just like lash out for no reason. So like anxiety is just, it's just so much. But I know with God, I'll get through it. He has gotten me through it so far. And he lets me know that I'm not alone and that he's always with me. Even when I feel alone, he is with me. He is present with me in this moment. And I thank God every day for the circle of friends that I have and the people that I have in my life, because without him, I would be nothing. And he gave me the right people to help me in my life and help me through everything. Sorry about that. I live at home with family. So, but anyways, my anxiety is, I know that God's with me and I know that he's present with me. And I thank him for the people that have been in my life. I also thank him most definitely for my boyfriend, because he tolerates so much and he helps me through so much. And although he will never fully understand what it feels like to have anxiety the way that I have it, he does whatever he can to help. And this is a little shout out to him because I love him so much. But he really is a blessing, and I thank God every day for him, because he's able to help me through it. I also thank God for like my sister, who she understands me because she has, you know, anxiety. She has gone through a lot of stuff too, and so we're able to talk through it with each other. But you are more than how anxiety makes you feel, and when you start to understand that, life just gets better. And I'm still struggling with anxiety, and I still feel anxious at least once or twice a week. Some weeks are better than others, and I take like certain supplements to help me, like moringa powder. I don't take ashwagandha as much, and I make sure that I'm watching what I'm eating and taking care of myself, even though I have my binge days, I will be honest. But for me, anxiety will never go away, but I'm learning to live with it. I'm learning to adapt, and I'm learning to figure out my triggers, and I'm trying to make myself so self-aware, or more self-aware of, okay, well, this is new. I'm anxious because of this. So I need to remove myself from that situation so I don't feel that anxiety again, you know, or testing it out and seeing how it is. But just know you're never alone, and just know that God is always with you and he's always by your side. In the midst of a panic attack, I literally will pray out to God, like, God, please remove this from me. God, please help me. And remind myself to be still and know that God is God, and that he will help me get through it. And that he will help me overcome my anxiety. And I can't wait for the day that I do overcome it. I literally can't wait. But he is amazing. I love him so much, and I thank him every day for everything that's happened in my life, good or bad, because I know that everything happens in his right timing and for the right reasons. But just remember to always breathe, take a step back, and just remember Psalms 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. Because when you know who he is, and when you know that no matter what happens, your anxiety will be overcome, and he's by your side, and he knows how you feel, he knows how you're struggling, you'll be fine. And I know this video might be all over this place, but I just really wanted to let you guys know that you're more than your anxiety, you're more than how you feel. And although it will never leave us, he also will never leave us, and we will always be able to overcome it through time, because I'm still learning to overcome it. I'm still struggling, I'm still going through it, but I know that he will help me overcome it, and I will be set free. But yeah, that's basically it. I would love to go into more videos about anxiety or about mental health, because I'm very strong on it as someone who does struggle with it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you really like this content, please let me know. I would love to make more and just open the community up to this, because anxiety is so frustrating. It's so infuriating. It makes me cry literally every time I think about how anxious I get and how it affects my daily life on a regular basis. I hate it so much, but I understand that everything happens for a reason. But I just pray for everyone who's watching this, and I hope this reaches the right audience. But thank you for watching, and I look forward to making more content for you guys. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.